Hey, good afternoon, everybody. On this Monday, July 19th, John Ross here with the John Ross Show, and we have a special guest today, Heather Sturm. I'm going to get this bigger and get me on this, Heather, of the Aurora Public Library District. It's district. It's not with the city anymore. It's a district. And we're going to talk about bookmobiles, other programs, and things like that. So I'm going to bring up Heather now. And she's been waiting in our queue, and we're going to queue her up, as they say. There's Heather. How you doing?
Good. Hi, John.
Yeah, thank you for, and I know I butchered your last name again. I'm so good at this type of stuff. I am learning Spanish, so I am trying to get myself, so I can get my vocabulary broadened, but it seems like I got stuck in. When I was in the second grade or first or second, I missed a lot of school and a lot of phonics and a lot of stuff. It was just we recouped some, but you lose some of those early days.
Yeah.
And I
wish they learn a lot of language early in preschool and elementary years, don't they? So
yeah, we lost that. So anyway, but we're glad Heather's with us. We're going to welcome Heather here. We're going to give her a little welcome here to our show, and we're happy that she's with us. And it's just appreciated. We've tried to have this. The executive director at the library and another friend at the library and the foundation have been trying to get me to do this for a little while. So we finally got going on this. So Heather, I'm going to give you a broad, open question here. What's new at the library?
It's always a good question because things are always changing, right?
Right.
So the one thing that's consistent, though, we always have a summer reading program, and we've got our summer reading program again this year. Our summer reading adventure is called Reading Colors Your World. It runs through the end of this month, and you can earn prizes both by reading and recording how much you've read and by doing activities. And most of our activities, they're all fun activities. Some of them are related to learning early language skills, literacy skills, but it's kind of a combination. So if you're not a big reader or you have kids who aren't big readers yet, there's still plenty to do.
Yeah, we love reading here. I got to read more books. I usually read several books a year or more, but I always read my newspaper. I'm always into that. But I do love to read books. And Heather, I know a thing that you have. I'll be honest with you, and you know this. Maybe you don't know this, but I'm up in Batavia, so I'm not in the Aurora Library District. But there's a lot of similarities, and I've talked with Director Michaela about this. I know one thing is you have Hoopla, which is a nice little online book.
Yes.
What we want to call it, download that you can get books that way.
Yes, absolutely. Hoopla's great. It's for digital content, and it's lots of different things. You can download ebooks, which are print books that you read on a screen. You can download audiobooks. They have TV shows and movies. So Hoopla is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think you have another service or two along that line, but I'm using Hoopla right now. And actually, you mentioned that there's a variety of things that Hoopla offers. I mean, my understanding, each library, picks what they want to have, but I'm getting a Bible commentary for a study group that didn't have to pay for, so that was nice. So, I mean, you can get a lot of different things through your library, and that's one, you can get books. Actually, that's really nice. Then we could travel. You can have your book with you on your iPad or your pad, your tablet. So that's real nice. And kids can have that too. Everybody can have that idea.
Yes.
And you're responsible, my understanding is, for the Bookmobile and other community outreaches. Is that correct, Heather?
Yeah, I manage the branches and our outreach services department.
Yes, and I'm going to take this down here a second. Now, if you want to see more in the library, look at this website. That's the general library website, aurorapubliclibrary.org. Now, here's something that we're going to talk about a little here is the foundation's work. The Aurora Foundation, I don't know if all libraries have these type of things, but Aurora does. This is very good, and it helps supplement your budget there, right? The foundation does, right, Heather? Is that correct?
Actually, foundations are still kind of new in most libraries. Not all libraries have that. And our foundation is terrific. It helps raise money both for big things like our bookmobile that we're working on replacing, but also smaller things. And during the pandemic, one of the great things that they did, they funded some early literacy packets that they had available at drive-through food pantries. So families who weren't able to use the library in a normal way still got something from us during that time when we were shut down and had reduced services, which was really nice. Wow. And they also helped fund a scholarship for non-resident cards. So that's helpful. Okay.
Oh, for some that are caught somewhat in between the district and other, maybe they go to this public school, but not in the district, things like that. Yeah. And so I'm going to show a picture here in the past of the bookmobile here. This picture is the bookmobile 2 years ago this summer, 2019, over at the Harkness Family Center on the east side during the back to school fair in August. But you can see that there's a long line of people, but the bookmobile is out there. People are utilizing the bookmobile, young ones and families going into the bookmobile there. So that's real cool. And you're raising money for the bookmobile through the foundation. How much have you raised, and what's the goal there for a new bookmobile?
So we're over halfway to our goal to raise the funds. The bookmobile's total cost is going to be around $430,000. It's a big vehicle and it's all custom, so it's pretty pricey. The foundation has already raised over half of that. And we're looking at having a new sort of a campaign, a second kickoff for the second half of the campaign this fall, so that we can work on raising the rest of those funds.
So you're trying to raise more money right now to finish this up.
Right.
And I assume the sooner we get it done, the sooner we can get a bookmobile.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and how old's the current bookmobile?
The current bookmobile is 10 years old and counting. It was built on a 2003 platform, and we actually got it from the manufacturer in 2004. So depending on where you count, we're 10 years or 11 years old. And we're starting to see some of the wear and tear that you do whenever you have a vehicle, especially in Illinois weather with salt on the roads, and the damage that can happen to vehicles that haul heavy materials like lots and lots of books. So we had to spend a lot of time in the repair shop last year and the year before, which is not fun for us or for the people who rely on the bookmobile. So we're excited about getting a new one and being able to be more reliably out on the road and just have a bookmobile that's set up better for our current community too. A lot's changed in 10 years.
Yeah. The library really hasn't made a decision yet if you're going to have one or two bookmobiles, right? If you're going to keep this older one or not. Yeah, is that correct? You're saying you don't really know yet.
We don't know yet what we'll do. Yeah, we might hang on to it for a while. We can't trade it in. Doesn't really work that way.
Yeah. So, maybe some other district would want a bookmobile too.
Right. Yeah.
And I want to bring this up here. You have a staff, and you do other things. You do outreach Uh, I didn't know this, but you also deliver books to people too, right? Homebound people, is that right?
Yes. So we do home delivery. We also do book delivery and programs for people who live in, especially senior living communities, but also preschools. You know, we'll do direct visits. We'll drop off a collection of materials to use for a long period of time. And we have a great staff. We've got 8 folks in our outreach services department. The manager there, her name is Jessica Cantarero. She's been with us a couple of years now. They're all just really great. They do their best to get the library out to people every day. And they do that with both the Bookmobile and with what we call our mini B, which is the little minivan there. So depending on where they go, you might see one or the other, but they're out every day on the road.
Yeah, and like I said, I live up in Batavia, and I didn't realize this. How many branches do you have of the library?
So we have 3 locations. Our main location is the Aurora Public Library downtown.
Right.
Our west branch is co-located in Washington Middle School on the west side.
On the west side.
South Geneva. And then the Eola Road branch is on Eola Road, and that location is also co-located, that one with the Eola Community Center.
Okay.
So we're on the south end of the building, and the community center is, you know, most of the north part of the building. So.
Yeah, and if they don't have the books at the branches, I'm sure they'll get the books from your main branch or other sources, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's really nice to have these branches at different parts of the city. That helps. And this Bookmobile, you can partly see that on the side on that little graphic or we have up, but you have a community schedule for that Bookmobile about every day or more than 1 stops a day there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, you go to a lot of different places, schools. I don't know. There's just a lot of different places, right?
Right. So we do community book stops, which could be on a corner near your house. We do stops at senior living facilities. We do a lot of school stops, especially during the school year.
Yes. So this is very cool. And you do all these steps. So there's a lot of ways to get with this Bookmobile. And this is why they want to improve the Bookmobile so they can, have reliability. Your Bookmobile is down for a little while. Is that correct? With service?
Yeah. Well, when it's almost 20 years old, it kind of tends to have some issues. So it's a big vehicle and it's got a generator, a diesel generator. And so sometimes we have a problem with the diesel generator. Sometimes it's a problem with the vehicle itself. And the colder it is, the harder it seems to be right now for our Bookmobile to get up and going. So. Oh,
it's a diesel operation. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Yeah, that's a little harder with the cold. Yeah. But your new vehicle, is that going to be diesel, offhand or not?
Yes. So the engine for the Bookmobile itself will be diesel, but instead of going with a diesel generator on this new Bookmobile, we've chosen to go with a battery alternative. So when we go back at the end of the day, we'll plug our big battery system in. And then when we're out at stops during the day, we'll run off of that battery instead of another diesel engine. And I think that'll be nice, especially for kids visiting the Bookmobile. It'll be quieter, less noise.
Oh, okay.
And more convenient for us.
Is the new Bookmobile going to be the same size, a little larger or smaller, or how is that,
It'll be the same length, about 42 feet long. And then the new model of Bookmobile that we have built now, it's called a coach platform. So it's a little bit higher up off the ground. You can use more of the width of the Bookmobile. So in the way that they build the coach Bookmobiles, it'll be taller inside. So our current Bookmobile was actually built on a school bus chassis. And
that's not that high.
Right. Yeah. One of our drivers is pretty tall and he has to watch it.
You can hit the ceiling pretty easily.
Yeah. So the new one will be much taller. So I think it'll feel really open and airy, and we're just excited to have that space to work with.
So let's help the library. That's through their foundation. Let me see. Did I put that site up again? I'm going to put it up here. Here's the website for the foundation that they have, and that's where you can get more information about the Bookmobile and how you can contribute. And you say it's got about 280,000 right now, right? About.
Right. Yep.
And we need, what was you said, 430, was it? You said
430 total. Yep.
Yeah. So they're getting there, but as soon as they get there, then we can have that new Bookmobile in Aurora. And I'm really excited about it. You know, Kiwanis helped out with the children's little room there in the library too. So I understand maybe we can have a Kiwanis bookshelf. I don't know.
I am sure we could work something out.
I'm sure. I just thought of that one. It just hit me like, oh, we can do a Kiwanis bookshelf. But anyway, just sorry about that. Just got carried away with that thought. But it's probably a pretty good thought. I suppose others could do that to other groups too. If we, I'm sure, however that works. But anyway, that's the foundation, and you can learn more about this new Bookmobile. That's exciting, Heather. And you're also on Facebook. The library's on several ways we can find more about the library. The regular website, here's the Facebook, APL Library L. And so I think we've done pretty good here with this. With the library, and the library is in a new, if you can't see this, I should have put this up earlier, but it's a district now. It's not with the city anymore. So it's a little different situation there. And how long has it been about a district? Is it about a year or 2 years now, or how long is it?
Coming up on a year.
Yeah.
So we had our first election.
Oh, that's right. That was in the fall, probably, huh?
Yeah, and so our new board met for the first time in May.
Oh, it was in April. Oh, it was in that election. Oh, okay. It was in, okay. It was another election.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. So that's the Aurora Public Library, and we're so happy to have Heather with us here today. Just thank you for coming by and visiting with us, and we gotta thank Heather here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, we gotta thank Heather here, and so on Wednesday we're going to have Simon Rodriguez is going to join us of the city Aurora Youth, and Friday we got Ricky Rogers of the African American Men of Unity. So that's exciting. We have a couple of guests coming up. And remember about at the bottom there about the vaccination. So with the VNA, we encourage that for everyone. So again, I want to just thank Heather for being with us. And we'll see you next time. And so right now, all I can say is God bless you out there, and bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.